Beautiful day today. Nice sky. Gotta take advantage of it. Time to go for a walk.
Getting somewhere. Yeah, we all up in this shit. Yeah. I ain't the type to settle down with a wife and kid. I live for the grind and I grind to live.
Little Leo just enjoying the view. We're off for our walk today, and it is really awesome right now. Look at that view, boy. And shopping like this here too. Alright, we need some berries though. I don't think they're gonna have any berries because berries are out of season. No more berries. Good day, guys, and welcome back to my little makeshift office here. Hey, you do what you can, right? It's a good spot, we've got a good view, and it's a good place to work. Briefly yesterday we talked about having an outbound funnel. This is where you reach out to clients, and an inbound funnel. So last week I started to build my inbound funnel because I really do want that set up. And one of the things you have to have for an inbound funnel is you have to have something that you can give to clients so that they can get on your list, on your radar. So what I've been doing is I've been creating a document that's really valuable to them. And in my case is, these are Facebook ads that I've ran for clients and other top performing ones that I've found. So I've packaged that for them, and I'm gonna give that away to them, right? It's something that they really want, it's really valuable, a lot of good points in there that they can see, and it's just something they can use right away. Like, hey, use these ads, check these ads out, try to implement them for yourself. So it's something they want. And then I also would like them, of course, to give me an email address so that we could potentially start a relationship. That's an inbound kind of channel. So I'm actually going ahead and hired somebody to create the PDF version of this document for me because I'm not really good at graphic design, and I'm really glad how it came out, and that'll be ready to go. So we'll get into funnels sometime next week or the following week. But today I have to figure out exactly what my offer is going to be. Okay, so if I get somebody on the phone, all right, what can I give them, right? And there are two things I have to remember. Okay, there are features and there are benefits, right? I have to focus on the actual benefits. Features are cool. A feature is kind of like, having rims on your car or something. It's like, oh yeah, that's a cool feature, or you know, it has a louder exhaust. Well, what's the benefit? Well, I don't know, maybe you're trying to look cooler, right? Like that might satisfy like what you're offering. Or if you have a nice car, for instance, maybe you're trying to attract women or what have you, right? So the feature is the car, the benefit is going on a date with a girl, right? Having a nice house, right? Like, you know, you can apply these things everywhere. So you have to make sure that you're giving your clients benefits, okay? So now, for instance, what are some of the features I can do for them, right? So I can go ahead and optimize their Facebook page, and I can take really good photos for them. I can do their social media, but they don't want to hear about that, okay? They want to hear about like, okay, great, so I've got social media posts now. These pictures look good, but how's that going to benefit me? What they really want is they want more foot traffic. In my case, that is their ultimate benefit, okay? They want more foot traffic, right? That's what they want. They're gonna ask me like, okay, can you bring money in through social media? And of course I can answer yes, because I have proven methods that I've done before. So they don't care about the feature. They don't care if I'm using Facebook or Google or YouTube or whatever. They just care about having more customers come through their door. So just understand that difference here. There's a feature and the benefit, right? We just want to talk about benefits to them. So my offer has to communicate that as well, all right? What benefits am I giving them by working with me? What can they see if they work with me coming into the restaurant? Like what sort of results? So I have to tailor my offerings to that. So today we're going to build that out. All right, so now that we understand the difference between features and benefits, the next step is to actually sit down with a piece of paper or a whiteboard or whatever you have and actually brainstorm literally every service that you could offer to your clients. So I'm just going to sit down with a piece of paper and I'm going to write down everything I could think of, things that I've done in the past and new things that I've done with the market research that I did yesterday. What can I actually provide them, right? You know, can I take pictures for them? Yes. Can I post on social media? Yes. So I'm just going to write down everything I can think of that I can actually do for them. And then I will use that to come up with an offer. And then we'll create our offer staircase. decided to come outside here while there's still a little bit of light left. Okay, one big thing we need to get into before we really do our value staircase is figuring out what to charge. Now, this really depends on a lot of different factors. It depends on the industry that you're in, the amount of value that you can provide, your experience level, your results, et cetera, et cetera. But you do, how can I put this? Obviously, you need to make some money, okay? But to begin the relationship with the client, you have to qualify them, all right? So what that really means is getting them to pay you anything. Okay, anything at all, even if it's $1. Right now, I wouldn't do 20 hours of the work for $1, for instance, but you do want them just to give you something, because once they've given you a little bit of money, they're like 20 times more likely to give you money again, right? So you want to kind of show them the value you can provide. That's the whole point of the foot in the door offer. So now I have before gone right to the top of my thing and just offered that, and sometimes that can work depending on the client. Sometimes it's exactly what they need. But if somebody's a little bit on the fence and you know you can help them out, you want to just get your foot in the door, get them to pay you something, and try to qualify them. Also, that call, the sales call, doesn't get to be as drastic. You know, you might be thinking like, oh my God, I got to call this person and try to close them on like a $5,000 thing. Well, no. You know, that's a bit more stressful. Of course, the gain is crazy there, and if you can do that, then by all means do it. But if you're just starting out, it's a lot easier to close people for something that's $100 or less, right? And it's going to depend on what you can offer them. So really, the point of that is to get them to have a taste of the services that you can provide, and then to come back for more. All right, so think about it like that. And it's really going to depend, like I said, on what it is you're doing and what offer and what value you can provide to the client. And don't be afraid to charge what your service is worth. So for instance, I know that I can provide these guys a ton of service, a ton of value. It's just that I have to get them on board first. And my challenge is going to be explaining to them how these systems work and how it can benefit them. And your industry is going to have its own set of challenges. So I know there's a bit of a rant, but I hope that helps. And I wanted to talk about this before we got into creating that value staircase that we're going to jump into next. So really, this was the question that I had to ask, right? What can I offer my clients? Well, there's quite a lot of different things that I can offer them for digital marketing. You know, I can do the social media, their Facebook pages, I can take good pictures for them, and so on and so forth. I had a really good idea though, based on the market research I was doing yesterday with QR codes. And really that's what I'm going to be running with as my easy yes, as my foot in the door offer. So do not skip this exercise. So here we are, right? My value staircase. So right now I've got nothing on this, right? So these are going to be different packages that I could give to my clients, or potentially I could use as upsells as I'm going up. But the first thing here is to create a foot in the door, right? So this is the foot in the door. Foot in the door offer. Okay, so this will be the first thing that I will be basically pitching them when I reach out to them, right? So I decided to go with the QR code, especially during times of COVID. The QR codes, you've seen them before. Basically, I can create a custom one for them that they can use at their restaurant, either to scan somebody in to track them, which is kind of what is mandated now in a lot of states, and it's happening here in the UK. Or it could be a digital punch card type thing, to where instead of having to carry a punch card on them at all times, they would have this on their phone. So really, that to me is the easiest thing I can offer them right now. The other thing that I might do is, let's see, option 1, option 2 is, how can I get an easy yes? I need more yeses, but I also need to qualify them. Okay, meaning they have to give me even a single dollar. That way I know that they are willing to pay. So I thought about doing, you know, for instance, like a 2-week trial of the offer that I had worked on before. right? One where I was basically making them $5 for every $1 they were giving me. This is really the top package, right? That's over here. But I'll give them a 2-week trial so they can get a taste of it, and then they can determine whether or not they want to continue. The problem with this is a lot of people are going to say yes, and they might not be able to pay for it. So really, if I'm going to do the 2-week trial, it has to be at a great discount, right? So maybe it'll just be, $47 or something here, right? And in fact, I'm thinking of pricing this whole thing here at $47, just to kind of get my foot in the door. It's not too much. It's the price of dinner for a family, and we can go from there. They have to give me something. So the next thing that I can offer in my upsell is going to be their reviews, right? So I don't mean by fake reviews. I mean that if somebody comes into the restaurant, I can get them onto my system here to give them a gently reminder, hey, give us reviews. Now, reviews are super duper important in the restaurant industry. A lot of people, actually most people, I'd say like 75 or 80% of people check reviews before they go to eat somewhere. So that is crucial there. And this could actually also be the digital punch card. I would create QR codes, and we can put them on their coasters. We can put them on their, the cards they send out. It could be just anywhere on their on the menu, on the receipt, anything like that. And really, this would be an awesome offer. It could be something like, hey, come in next time for a free app or something, right? If you just scan this. Right, so that QR code is going to live everywhere in their restaurants. So I would create this for them, and during this whole process here, I am collecting all of those leads. They're coming onto my system for the restaurant. So this will then be $297. And then finally, my Mac Daddy one here. What I'm going to do here is, the top thing we could possibly do is to run a giveaway. All right, and that brings in thousands of leads. It's amazing. This is a huge boost. Okay, I could also do the happy birthday, which in my case, that's an ad that runs to people whose birthdays are coming up, and that does very, very well. And we could also do like a BOGO viral offer. All right, so don't worry too much about what these are. These are just for my industry and the value that I'm creating. But really the point is this. Okay, now I have 3 different things that I'm going to pitch them, that I can potentially pitch them on. So after I'm talking to somebody, I can see, where they stand, right? Okay, if they have no marketing budget, well then let's just start with a foot in the door offer and see how that goes. For my example here, these are going to be monthlies, okay? So these are monthly payments that they would give me based on where they stand. So obviously if they get this $497 one, they literally get everything underneath it as well. So it's just a way for me to upsell them. When somebody is then ready to move on to the next one, or they have enough, they had a great response here, let's say, and they want to go here, well then now I know exactly what the prices are. And these can move around, or these aren't set in stone. It's just a good idea to have something like this in your mind with a couple different things that you could offer, and then you can ascend the relationship with your client. Okay, so I hope that kind of helps. Don't worry about the nitty-gritty of what I'm doing here, right? This is relevant for my industry, but think about it also in your case, right? What is it that you can offer your clients or anybody else that you are looking to serve online, right? And potentially, how can you make that a monthly retainer? Those are kind of the questions you start thinking about. So I hope this part helps in creating this value staircase. Okay, another long day today, and we are really starting to move along. So let's have a quick recap and then we'll call it a night. So the first thing that we did was created our offer sheet where we brainstormed everything that we could potentially offer our clients, right? From you doing the smallest little thing to, sitting side by side with them and helping them grow their business, right? Like, what is it that you can offer? So really take this time to brainstorm and figure that out. Once that was done, then we ended up making our offer staircase, right? Where we started to put down the foot in the door offer at the bottom. That's the one that we're going to be pitching most of the time. okay? Because we just want to begin our relationship with the client, okay? It's gonna be a lot harder to pitch somebody on the top level thing you can offer right off the bat. Now, sometimes that does work depending on what they need and what position the client is in, but you have to kind of feel it out. Once you have this laid out with a couple different levels of service that you can offer to your clients, you're gonna have a much better time organizing yourself and understanding where you stand and how you fit into their business and their budget. So I hope that helps. If you guys are getting any value out of these videos, please hit that subscribe button below and leave me some comments. I would love to hear some feedback. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, I ain't the type to settle down with a wife and kid. I live for the grind and I grind to live. I wanna do the things that matter to me. Live like a good king as life brings the good things.